Hi YouTube. Today we're doing the first ever try of Portal's gameplay, and I'm just gonna try to show you the gameplay. I'm going to narrate what I'm doing and give you a little sneak peek of what's coming inside the game. So first we're gonna run a Rift, and I was thinking between arcade Rift and the regular one. So the difference is the regular one is the one you will be playing at all times for progress, and the arcade Rift is the preset Rift where you get to choose the starting artifacts, the starting runes. You're basically not limited by any progress. You can play a random kind of game there. But we're gonna go with the regular one. So we're gonna start a run, and here are the characters. So this one is dead. As you can see, it joins the stars. If you hover over it, it says play one run as any hero to return Arianna. So she's going to be locked for now. We won't be able to choose her, but any other character is free to choose. I think for this one, I'm going to go with Tiamat. So basically, for 0 Lumina, it eats the unit and gives its stats to somebody else. This is the Limbo. Limbo is all the banned minions that will not appear in the game unless they're pulled by the events. But in this build, this is a stable one. I'm playing a stable version from June 2026, so there will be no events yet. It's only the combat locations, but still, here you can see the banned minions. So the logic behind banning the minions is you get 4 minions, one of each race, which are the key minions, and the 2 minions that are no race type, and they're also the key minions. So basically, let's look at this one. Glory trigger random friendly death wish. So this guy, whenever it hits something, it triggers the death wish of a random friendly minion. And the way it works is it's very unique card. It's really needed for most of the Death Wish builds. So basically, I think I'm just not going to play any Death Wish. We also see that this guy's out, so it really breaks the self-damage build for the Inferns. Those three are too common, so they're normal, and they will not really affect the gameplay if I want to choose specific build, but this one and this one definitely blocks the full build. This is also a very high potential card. It chooses a unit and recalls a tavern with race of that unit. So this will allow you to find the minions faster, and with this card out, will be a little bit of a challenge. So let's proceed. This is our Nexus recruitment phase. This is the main gameplay window. This is where you're going to be spending most of the time beside combats. So here we see 5 units. Actually, 2 of them the same and 3 are also the same, which is a little bit of luck for that. Here we have Lumina, which is our main resource to buy cards, to buy the units. All the units cost 2 Lumina, and you gain +1 at the start of each turn. So right now it's 2. It's going to be 3, 4, and 5. But just for ease of gameplay and for a little bit of balance, I would say, I've made that the second turn actually gives you 4 Lumina, and then it adds up by 1. So we have a few options here. So the most straightforward one, because it's the first turn, is to buy a unit. As you can see here, it's the turn 1. But to know which units we're buying, we need to go into the inspector mode. This is the inspector mode, which will allow us to pull out the inspector on the left side and read the description of a minion, read the race and all of its keywords or all of its effects and stuff like that. It also helps you navigate whatever you don't know. It shows you basically everything that will be hovering over. But now we're gonna turn it off for a moment. And also I gotta say that you have limbo in here and you have modifiers, and they're only visible if there is inspector pulled up. So now we're just gonna buy a unit, probably the orc one. So this unit becomes stronger whenever you play more orc units. So now it's 2 attack. play another one, it's going to be 3 attack, and it just buffs the attack per every orc unit played. This button, charge, will allow me to charge the Nexus. This is our Nexus. Nexus allows you to pick the minions, the units. Charged Nexus, higher tiers, will allow you to choose from better units. Every click costs 1 Lumina, and it charges the Tesseract by 1. This is a recall button, which refreshes the units. I will show it next turn, and this is the overload button. So the overload button works the next way. You can click it and choose a unit. Now this unit is overloaded. So if I refresh, or if I play around and the Nexus refreshes with the new units, this one will stay because it's overloaded. I can double click and overload all the units, but I don't really need all of them, so I'm just going to choose this one. I'm going to keep it overloaded. Those are the locations. You got to choose between 2 rifts where you're going to fight. They have different modifiers. The frame color determines the modifier. So the white one is a regular common modifier. It's neutral. It applies to both player and the enemy units. The red ones are negative. They apply usually only to the player. This one, as you can see, all enemy units gain stats. But see, this one is amplifies according to the turn number. And it's a half of the current turn number. That's why this one gives 0/0 because it's turn 1. And this one will give you +2/+2, but it will give the enemy +2/+2 as well. I will definitely go for this one because it's a permanent buff, and this one does nothing. So it's not really a downside. Here we can see the combat on the locations with the minions fighting each other. Because it's only 2, it's not really graphic, it's not really spectacular. There's also a combat log to show you what happened in the fight. Before you end combat, you can read every attack, every effect that took place, one by one. So you see, the enemy attacked my grunt. Grunt took 3 damage. It dealt retaliation damage, and the enemy died. So now we're going to end combat, and the second turn will give you a choice of Twisted Fates. It's a very strong buff that you can choose to progress yourself and choose even the direction where you're going, but it also comes with very significant downsides. So let's say Guilty Crown will allow us to pick a tier 4 unit to add to our barracks. We're only on tier 1, and it's going to take us at least 7 turns to reach tier 4. So choosing one of 3 units is very strong here. And pick mechanic, as you can see, pick a tier 4 unit. It means that I can actually choose between 3 units. But the downside is each guild refresh costs 3 more lumina, each one. So for us to pick this, we need to either hit the very lucky Nexus lineups to pick units from there, or we also might just need to focus on ramping up the tier. So if we go this way, we don't have to roll, we don't get good units, we just spend ramping up the tier. This one is Double Trouble. It gives 2 rare treasures. Rare treasures are pretty strong, especially at the start of the game, but Overload costs now 1 Lumina per target. So as you've seen in the last turn, Overload is free. I can do it as many times as I want per turn for as many units as I want. But if I choose this buff, I'm going to get 2 treasures, but I also, every unit I overload will cost me 1 Lumina, which is half of the price of a unit. So I will have to make very smart decisions in terms of buying units and keeping units on board, as well as in the Nexus, because now overloading the units is very expensive. So sometimes re-rolling is not an option anymore. And the last one is Crystalvine Hammer. And it's a good one because all units cost 1 more, which is crazy. 3 instead of 2, it's 50% price increase. It's gonna heavily affect your it's gonna heavily affect your gameplay in terms of speed. You will have to spend way much more lumina to buy units, but it instantly brings you up the Nexus tier. So this one is probably the least good one because the downside is too great for such a small upside. This one is considerable. especially because Overload you're not going to be using every turn, and it's not as punishable as rerolls. Two treasures are a very good upside, but this is the strongest upside. So going for a tier 4 unit, but with very expensive refreshes might be the way. I think I will still go for this safest option. It will also allow me to show way more. So this is the rare treasure. As I was saying before, pick allows me to choose from 3 units. In this case, it's 3 treasures, and there is Gambit Mastery, there is Major Buff, and there is Lock and Load. Unfortunately, I messed up the inspector a little bit, and it's not showing up here as it's supposed to. But Gambit Mastery will allow me to trigger my Gambit twice, and Gambit is a keyword on the unit. Whenever you play a unit on board, it does something. So with this, if I have Gambit units, I will trigger it twice, and sometimes it's very good for one turn. It's a very good start. Major buff will buff the tavern. Sorry, will buff the unit significantly. It's going to give 8/8. And lock and load will give me 3 rerolls with the taverns having all units overloaded. So how it works is I'm gonna have rerolls cost 0. Every time I reroll, all the units are overloaded, so it's also free for me. I can unlock units for free. This way I will be able to keep rolling, but also if I find the unit, I just don't have to unlock it. And I keep rolling until I build up the whole lineup of orcs, because I'll probably be playing orcs this game. And I think Lock and Load is the one we're going for. And then the second treasure. The second treasure is also Gambit Mastery, Lock and Load, and Big Feast. Big Feast will make my unit consume a random unit in the tavern, in the Nexus, and gain its stats. Since I'm going to be playing orcs anyways, I would probably be going for Gambit Mastery because there is tier 1 orc that has a gambit and it gains stats based on how many orcs you played. So we're gonna try to do this one. Definitely buying an orc. Now since I have more Lumina, I'm gonna roll and try to find myself an orc. So this one. This is exactly what I was looking for. This guy with double gambits will give me 5/5. Oh, 9/9. My bad. Yeah, right, because it's double gambits. +4/+4 twice. So now this guy is not as brittle. I'm gonna keep rolling just to find more. And here we go. There's another one. Just gonna unlock this one. And I'll do for the positive one. So here we had our orcs fighting. Enemy also had orcs. It was pretty easy combat because I'm very high up in the units. Alright. So what we're gonna do now this turn is we're going to charge the Tesseract for 5. There we go. So now it's bigger. We're gonna buy only one and place them down 3/3. But it's not bad because we have 2 triples for the next turn and we have global and twinning rifts. So twinning rifts include positive and negative modifiers, and they're usually for 1 turn, 1 combat only. So this one will give me 6/6 permanent stats, and enemies will get +1/+1. Or well, this one doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna lose, so I'm gonna take this one because it gives stats and also, oh, Give stats to myself and give stats to the enemy. So now we have triples. First one we're gonna play is this one. This card just got promoted. So when you get triple, your card is promoted, becomes a star instead of a diamond rhombus, and it also gives you a treasure, a rare treasure when you play it. Cloning device will go hard, but Gambit Mastery will go harder because I'm gonna triple Gambit unit now. This is our Gambit unit, also tripled, and now it's gonna get a lot of stats. Dismiss Mastery, same as Gambit, but Dismiss happens when you sell a unit. Halo Fragment Gift will give me some extra Halo Fragments, and Lock and Load will give me more refreshes. And I'm only down for that. So we're gonna unlock these units, and I will roll. This is a Gambit as well. This is Orc as well. I'm gonna play it. Give some stats to our Orcs. Yeah. Gives everyone 1 HP. Um, doesn't really matter, but more attack is good. So this turn I have the double, but what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna go charge my Nexus, and I'm gonna eat this unit. So this one gains its stats, and let's see what the modifiers we have. This is a good one, and this is a good one. A unit or treasure? I think I'll go for treasure because treasure has a chance to give a unit, but also has some pretty solid buffs. So Dismiss Mastery will just do the same as Gambit, but for Dismiss. Cloning Device will allow me to clone a basic unit, the Rhombus one, the Star ones, the promoted ones I cannot copy. So I don't have any of those units anyways. It just makes no sense for me to take this. But Klein Star will give me extra Lumina, 5 more Lumina. So this will allow me to straight up go up a tier. Now we're gonna roll. Oh my, just wasted a roll. No orcs are powerful enough. I don't want to roll because if I roll, I spend the last Lumina that I have. That's why I'm gonna just tip. Selfless is good enough. Have this girl. So she works on Dismiss. I would take her. Ooh, these are good. Lieutenant Piss into another Lieutenant Piss. It's crazy. Into Peon. Into another Lieutenant Piss. Into 2 more Peons. into more lumina. This and this and this. And Gambit Mastery because and roll another. Let's So this is Ascended unit. As you can see, it's a different kind of star. Doesn't give any buffs. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat this, put it on Piz, not bad. So since this combat is a little more complex, I'll try to explain everything that was happening here, a little bit by a little bit. So as you've seen, we had a horse, Nightmare. So when the Nightmare hits, as you can see here, a Nightmare enemy attacks Peon player. It was attacking this unit. Peon takes 39 damage from Nightmare. It was a direct hit. But Nightmare also has the Rampant keyword. Rampant means it also deals damage to a random unit on attack. And as you can see here, one unit takes 39 from direct attack from Nightmare, and the other took 39 from a Rampant, as you can see here. Pretty simple. I think I will actually be progressing the Nexus this turn. That's a good one, even though overload costs 1, but every time I overload, do it for more lumina. This guy had Cleave. So what just happened, I'll show you in the combat log. As you can see, he struck 3 minions because he has Cleave. Kumarachi enemy attacks Peon player. Peon player takes 49 damage from Kumarachi enemy. The Peon next to it takes 49 damage from Cleave, and Grunt next to it takes 49 damage from Cleave. This guy took 47 damage back. Let's get to the 5th tier. I'm just silent because it's hard to think what to buy if I get no orcs. This unit, Gathering Party, showed specifically Dismiss, get 1 guild 1 unit, And the longer it stays, preparation means at the end of your turn. So the longer it stays on board, the more units you get. I will actually put this one down for one fight. So next turn I get extra alumina just by selling it. Uh, so this one is a good option. I'll show you. Lose 2 cosmic shards, but get 7/7 per overloaded recall. Cosmic shards are this. This is a cosmic shop. Every turn you get one and only one. Events will kind of change the economy and there will be a chance to get more, but this is the end game. So you can either to choose to spend it earlier. So for example, right now it's turn 9 and I can spend everything that I gathered to get a tier 6 unit. As you can see, I'm only on tier 5 just now and I was leveling up aggressively. So on ninth turn, having this is pretty good. Universal synergy. Promoting a unit is not as good. Shadows is invisibility. Cleave, self-explanatory. Virus. So virus is a unique mechanic. It applies a debuff on the victim, and when this victim attacks, it dies immediately before attacking. So it's not really an insta kill, but it's pretty close to it. Allows to clean up large minions. Rampant we already know. Just explained it. Selfless is a taunt. Basically, it prioritizes the unit to be attacked before units without the selfless. Block is blocking one attack, first instance of damage, without taking damage, and disappears. Further down the road, there are things like stackable block, for example. This one, shield resonance block, can now be stacked. So this one will ignore multiple hits. Rampant hits one more enemy. Dismiss triggers one additional time. Stuff like that. On the 30th turn, you can choose Massive Cleave. 5 units instead of 3. This one for runes. We're not playing runes because it's basically a fresh account. It doesn't have any runes yet. This one reduces the cost of units. And the Divine Gift is the Divine Gift. 6 ultimate abilities that just change the gameplay entirely. But what I think we're going to do now is we're going to buy a tier 6 unit for all the 9 cosmic shards. Or no, I found a better approach. I'm going to do Cleave keyword on the biggest guy that we have. Right. So now it hits with Cleave. Since I have 2 left, I can also give it 7/7. Now I can choose this one without being afraid to lose cosmic shards. Oh, beautiful Cleave that hit 3 minions. Killing my entire lineup. But yeah, that's lucky. Very lucky. See? Very lucky play. Nightmare is actually really good. If I would have kept it, if I would have found it last turn, I would have been able to put all the stats in this, and with already rampant keyword at Cleave, and it's bonkers. We're gonna go further. So this will always take Chester Gambits trigger an extra time. So with this guy being twice in our lineup, we're going to look for good Gambit. I'll do this because it's either free or it's Gambit. Let me find the Lieutenant Piz. Nope. We have Boomba. Boomba is a Gambit. It provides buffs to entire battlefield and barracks. This is barracks. This is battlefield, by the way. Let's see, maybe we find. Nope, we can't find Piz. This one gives virus to the orcs, but I don't feel like having it, so I'm gonna keep this one. Actually, keep both. Should I keep both? Yeah, I'll keep, and I'll buff. And I'll tip once, and we'll see what's going on. 10 attack or 5-5, 10 attack, of course. It's a very good hit. This guy has virus. Hits my biggest minion. Lucky. Oh, that's a triple. The good one at that as well. This I'm gonna give it relentless. Relentless means the unit attacks twice, and now we're gonna give it block. And the third, can I choose you? Yes. Oh no, didn't work though. Crazy. Goblin. Actually, a good one. And Star will give me Lumina. Energized Nexus will give 5-5 to Nex. Major buff will give 12-12 and Selfless. Five more Lumina. Oh, definitely. Definitely a strong upside. Perfect. So this is my turn 12. These guys are dead. Okay, this guy has cleave. Cloning device. Boomba. This one we can actually triple and keep. Don't need to do anything. Another Boomba. Hmm. Cannot find any good units. Killed 6. Sure. I don't know why, but I got 2. Yeah, it gives me two units for some reason. And it's crazy good to go from the Death Wish and Gambit. I have this Death Wish, and I have this Gambit. I have this Gambit. All I have to do now is to get rid of the Orc. Into another lieutenant. To another dismember. To another dismember. Let's get a triple. Let's set this one. Get a boom. Set this one. Get another boom. Can I generate? Oh yeah, I can generate. Okay. Okay. Gambit master again. Mm. A horde instead of this, of course. But yes, of course. Must be good. So good. So good. Now we're truly big. So this build is very simple. I'm gonna explain every minion and how I got to this stat. So by using this guy, we're able to trigger Gambit multiple times. By using this guy, we're able to trigger Dismiss. No, sorry, we're able to trigger Ambush multiple times. The ambushes that we have is this one and those two. This one gains stats from the unit in hand. This guy twice. This guy triggers friendly gambits and death wishes. So he triggers this guy 3 times. Was this twice, so 6 times. And it summons the horde once. So it summons this unit directly. So by the end of the fight, I'm supposed to have somewhat close to 4k in here. 4k, no, 3.5 and 2.5k here. Oh, and then we're gonna summon 1k unit here. Now when we spend all the Lumina, we are on the last tier, tier 7. This guy is actually tier 7, the Horde. So it summons a unit from barracks, an orc, and gives it this death wish, which summons more orcs. That's why it's a horde. So it summons orcs non-stop. Let's take this orc as well and go fight. As I was saying, this guy's 3k. Those guys are 5.6 and 4.2 because twice they trigger it twice. Forgot that they're getting double the stats because they are ascended units. Oh, there was a nice cleave. Not enough. This guy had ramp. So that's pretty much the gameplay. Just keep going. It's only turn 15. We actually have some of the shards. What I would possibly do now is find the lobster. I need this guy for sure. And this guy as well. So this guy down, put this guy down. Okay. Look for a lobster. Okay, some economy. Never hurts. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, chill. Everybody gets, because of this guy, blocked. Another horde. Why not? Another poet. We don't need this whole stack. Another economy and another economy. Let's roll. Let's do Gambit Mastery for this. It's very simple to explain. I show you now. It's very good. Cloning device for this guy, which is 100 times stronger. Okay, and then I can do one horde, then I can do what else can I do? Not much. Okay. Go up and you go down. Now we're gonna look for lobsters. Here comes the lobster. What are we going to do now? It's gonna need this guy. Need this guy, even though he has a lot of stats. And then, right. Perfection. Okay, something like this. That's a mistake. You know what I should have done? Should have given block and relentless copy. Yeah, misplaced. Let's see what's up with my misplace. Okay, this is good. Try to look for another clone. Because if I find another clone, it's easy victory. Poet is not needed. Oh yeah, it's different. Well, guess we'll never find out. In both cases, auras are blocked, so I'm not gonna get that. I don't know. Let's Still alive though. Yes. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so we eat all of you. What the fuck was that? Why did you return the tavern? Holy shit. Okay. Huh. Cleave and what? Hmm? Should have had that. Lucky to hit this one last because he gives stats to other minions. Info. Nice. So let's eat you. 6k. And now this is almost the strongest board I can go with this setup. So it's good to have Tiamat. I want to take 1 damage, not to lose my blocks. This is the flaw of my calculations, because enemies cannot account for you gaining stats in combat. So it's such a big difference with my minions being 1.9 millions and my minion being 12k, 12 and a half. So this is basically the game over. Oh, here's another one. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Boom, boom, boom. Now we're gonna look for a more ambush. Ooh, yes, boy. Yes, boy. Hmm. This one is good as well. Yeah, let's try with the Undead King first. Ambush triggers twice for all units, so mine will trigger forever. Wow, that's a lot of ambush. 329 billion against 30k. Yeah, that would be about it. That would be about it. Boom. That was a good hit, which does not save them. Yeah, yeah, Rampant hit the other guy. There. Stomp. Nice. That's it. 2 hits and we're done. Another copy. Maybe another copy? Yes. So what we can do now? Copy this girl. Copy this guy. This is it. Hmm. Oh yeah, and that unit dies. Hmm. Interesting. Let's find Relentless. So we can do another transfer. Or a clone, so we can do another clone. Oh, this clone. This clone also works. So this clone just becomes a copy of a unit. Because it becomes a copy of a unit. It becomes a copy of a very strong fucking unit. 3.5 trillion. It gets bigger. It only gets bigger. Relentless gift for this girl. That's it. Another clone. So around this threshold, I no longer possess any direction. So this is where we hit the cap of units being too big. So this will go into trillion. Oh no, this one will go to billion, that one will go into trillion, and this one will go into quadrillion, quintillion, 28 quintillion only. And the guy was relentless. Just wondering what will happen if I transfer more of the stats from this guy to that guy. Turn 22. Let's keep it at that. This is turn 22. To win the game, you need to pass the turn 45. But because there are no events in this game, it goes very slowly. We've been playing for a while now and it's only turn 22, so this is basically where we're going to finish for now. As a first sneak peek, it should suffice. I hope it was informative, interesting, and maybe even a little bit spectacular. I appreciate you watching my vlog. Welcome to the Rifts of Cozmos.